Bald-Sicilian, FBS. I am very grateful for Fat Bald-Sicilian. I'll tell you why. FBS created more channels than Comcast.
You know, and then it's not like you have no violence on your record until you're 30, and then one night you just decide to go out and kill a cop. It doesn't happen like that. I got shot also. See that right there?
Oh my God.
Yeah, brother. I got shot 3 times.
But what I'm trying to say is that I knew that my life could have ended any given day, any given night, but it didn't happen.
Paulie G pulls up, Chris pulls up. Paulie G's talking about, he says, Jimmy, let's just kill him right now. He said, Jimmy, he says, I'm telling you, let's just kill him.
Your show, people are interested in your show. They look at you regardless. Remember I always said who was going to make it? You and him. You prospered. Exactly what I knew you were going to do.
We got to go kick down the door. We want to bring this kid with us. But if you want this guy to be around your daughter, maybe not so much.
Now do me a favor and tell them if they don't go get Narcan, you're going to show up to their house and beat them with a fucking baseball bat.
Yeah, I'll come there. I'll be honest, I don't think my father and my Uncle John Sr. would have liked being around now.
Then I also think there was part of it where, like, that feeling that you had after watching that show, like the second it ended and it went to black, and that panic was like, that's what Tony had to deal with every single day.
You already successful because you overcame a lot of obstacles in life, my brother. So take me and you, we could have easily went back into the streets, you know what I'm saying, when times got hard. Fuck no, because guess what, upstate, they leave them lights on for you, feel me?
I appreciate everything, T-Lo, his mom, his whole lady Shannon, they all do for me, they always been there for me. A great group of lovely people.
Hola, MobTube familia.
You're the king of MobTube, so let them keep on coming at you. The more they hate you, the more successful you're going to be.
You come at the king, you best not miss.
Get dizzy.
Kizzo, what's up, guys? I robs drug dealers. Yes, Omar Little. That's what he says. Thank you, Frank Gerard, for Teller Productions. I changed the intro a little bit. It's still fucked up. I got to fix it in a lot of spots. Trust me, only I can see. I want to try to figure out a way to incorporate some DJ videos I've done into, those intros are at the end. So I threw that one in there before the show. That's what took me an extra 10 minutes. So I apologize, guys. I apologize. I think he says rip and run, Alex Majax. It's an expression I hate, by the way. Thank you, Miss Can't Be Wrong. I got a whole bunch. Let me do some shout outs. Paul Atkinson, Sven Larson, Miss Can't Be Wrong, Dave. Sven Larson, DKK 89. Awesome. That's $13.77 in US dollars. I appreciate you very much, Sven Larson. Thank you. Let me start over. Paul Atkinson, Sven, Miss Can't Be Wrong, Dave, War, Jesse Roth, The Schwitz Down, Lance 33, Sally, There's got to be some more people. Pedro. Fucking Pedro. Chris Capello. Frank Gerard Fratello Productions. Timothy Sullivan. Mike, when I was younger and more gay. No freaking ZD now. Jeffrey Brez. Alex Majax. Jennifer. Nicosia Connection. Edward Everett. And I think that's it. I'm going to. One of these days I will, I promise. It's hard. When Shanna's off work, I'm with Shanna. When Shanna does work, she usually works third shift, so she sleeps during the day, and I can't really be doing that shit back there, so. But I'll get around to it one day. Shooting the dice, you. What did I get? Did I get a present? Fucking Nicosia. Look at this guy. Hold on. Okay, $1 Nicosia Connect. Oh shit! I didn't even realize, bro. I'm looking at the message and not the amount. My man, holy shit! $1.25 or 125? It's a question. $1.25 or 125? Jesse Roth match. $125 from Nicosia Connection. Oh my man. Thank you, bro. I never got a $125 donation either. Jesse Roth, now you have to match that. Everybody does. He said match. Anybody who could match $125, please do so right now, because Nicosia is one of the biggest sponsors of this show. Oh, that's beautiful. My man, Nicosia, I love you, bro. I appreciate that very much. Hell yeah. $1.25? Shit. Alex Majax, I have to fold. No, I understand, bro. Trust me, I do. I understand. That wasn't no DJ Too Tough, though. That's a hilarious comment, bro. That's a callback. I haven't heard that name in a long fucking time. Jesse Roth, Nicosia, too rich for my blood. Hey, well, listen. He tried. Today I want to, today I already spoke to you once. I want to talk to you about the James Proctor thing that I put up last night. I want to tell you my thoughts on this. You've already read it, most of you, I'm sure. If not, let me know. I'll read it to you. I'll read it, from my community thing where I posted it, or from my screenshots, and you could hear what he said. Now, what happened was, I was I don't know what the fuck I was doing. Wait a minute, hold on. My man, when you don't give him nothing next month, oh, shut the fuck up, scumbag. I never ever said anything bad about anybody who ever donated to me, you piece of shit. Get the fuck out of here. So I don't know what I was doing. I don't remember, but I kind of explained this yesterday on the second show. I was looking for something one day. I don't know what it was. And somehow I came across this Quora, whatever the fuck it's called, forum, message board, whatever it is. And it was a question about, it was something like, is John Gotti, was he a good Don? And the second name I see when I start looking at the replies is James Proctor. I said, what the fuck? Now, this is from, I found it, I don't know, maybe a year ago, something like that, whatever it was. But the message itself that he left, the shit that he left on there is from 2 years ago. From 2 years ago. Remember that, 2 years ago, okay? Eric Foss, oh, my bad. Eric Foss, your content is great. Basically watched every video. Your level-headed, informed approach is very good. Pretty good speaker, too. There you go. I was about to say something else, and I saw that message. James Proctor joined probably, how long would you say? A year and a half ago? Something like that? I don't know. Now, as soon as he joined, he was Lee's co-host. Just a little history. Lee, Miss Camp, you're wrong. Lee, hold on. The Schwitz down $2. Anthony Camello, a legend, deep state swamp trainer. All right. Well, thank you for the Schwitz down. For the Schwitz down. Thank you for the $2. God damn it. This is what happens when I'm fucking rushing to get my intro done and I start a show. Yes, they do. That's exactly what they do. They do circle jerks. Shooting the dice. Do you think he's after an interview with Angel Gotti and or John Gotti Jr.? Angel Gotti, they've had on the show. Nobody's after an interview with Angel Gotti. John Gotti Jr., yes, and Joey Merlino. Yeah, but I don't think those two won't mix. He better do Joey first, because if he does John first, Joey isn't going on there. So, yeah, both of those guys, but definitely John Jr., no doubt about it. Okay, not only that, though. Here's the thing. Well, let me explain, and I'll get to that point. He joined probably like a year and a half ago. Might have been longer. Might have been 2 years. So, he left those things on that Quora thing right before he came here. Now, Lee Cole, a little history, has been up and down with Angel. In the beginning, he liked her. Then she couldn't make it on his show because her cat was sick, and he trashed her for like 3 months. Talked about her little brother, Frankie boy, getting killed on the motorcycle. Blamed him for his own death. All that stuff. Attacked her relentlessly. And this went on. Actually, I shouldn't even say 3 months. It went on at least on and off for, I'd say, the first year. Okay. And then when me and Angel went at it, Lee decided this was his in with Angel. You know what I mean? Because at that point, Angel was accepting anybody. You could have been a full-blown chomo. As long as you were talking about FBS, she'd have you on the show. She began to bring on the worst lowlifes you could ever fucking imagine. Okay? And Lee started going on there, and they became buddies. They were friends for quite some time. Then Lee completely dropped her because he, while he was with her, the rule was, you're not allowed to interview rats. And Lee had to put on this false front, this bullshit. Like, he used to love rats. He loved several different guys he's had on his show that cooperated in the past. He had, I think Jimmy was the first guy. Jimmy was the first guy on his show. Then he became very, very close with Gene Borello. Very, very close. To the point where he held Gene's book up in the air that was signed, autographed, and said, "I'm proud to call Gene a friend." Then he interviewed like Bobby Luisi and a whole bunch of other guys that cooperated. Okay. That's what happened in the beginning. So him and Angel are friends, and he decides, well, I want to, because my point of that is, he loved them. And as soon as he became friends with Angel, he hated rats. All of a sudden, like that, his entire belief system changed completely. He went from hating, not having a problem with them at all, loving them in some cases, to just downright hatred. Okay. So, their friendship went on, and at one point he totally dropped Angel because he wanted to interview Bobby Luisi again. And I think I don't know if that was around the time he interviewed Frank, but he started interviewing people who cooperated again. Okay. Then I guess when he ran out of interviews, he went right back to Angel, and being the dolt that she is, she took him right back. Okay. And his entire mission on here from day one, even when he was trashing her every day, was to get her attention and be her friend. That's his sole mission on YouTube. He is so impressed by her and in love with her that, again, if tomorrow Angel said, "You know what? I do like rats now," Lee would be like, "So do I." You know what I mean? I never had a problem with him to begin with. It's, you know what I mean? Like, Angel could make Lee change religions. Like, seriously. So the reason I say that is because obviously James Proctor came around probably about the same time Lee became friends with Angel. So the Angel ass kissing began for James as well. Okay. And they started praising Angel, just fucking praising her. And they still are. Okay. They praise her no matter what she does, no matter what. I don't know why. I guess they see her as a as a ticket to maybe things they wouldn't get otherwise, you know, maybe experiences, interviews, the Patreon channel, whatever it may be. Jerry the Art Guy kind of did the same thing. It was my friend. We were very, very close. And, you know, listen, it was either me or Angel once me and Angel started beefing, and Angel could get him, you know, work from her brother, John Jr. and stuff like that. So he was out. You know what I mean? It was the same shit. You know, Lee sees her as a ticket to some other shit that he'd never be able to get on his own. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. All right. So, you know, whatever it is, you know, I don't know his exact intentions. Maybe he literally is in love with her. I don't know. But I do know that, yeah, they do. They think she's John Gotti. Yes. They treat her the way they would treat him. So, you know, I say all this because James Proctor, you can say for sure, okay, it's not like me. I used to have a John Gotti poster on my wall. I looked up to the guy. Then I, you know, grew up a little bit. Yes, right here in front of your eyes. I you know, that it happens too when you get clean and sober. Your brain changes, your mind changes. You fucking look at things differently. You know, and I was out of that street life for quite some time, and I kind of I didn't really change my opinion because, like I said, they were always bad guys. Even when I looked up to them, I knew they were bad guys. But I became, you know, outspoken about it, much more outspoken about it. So that's how I changed my mind. I didn't like today. If you said to me, was John Gotti a good boss or a bad boss? My answer would be the same as it always was. It's like, in other words, my mind changed about how I feel about these mob people. I think they're horrible human beings and always were. And that's it. You know what I mean? Nothing about John Gotti specifically, except for the fact that, you know, he's got some obnoxious fucking people in his family. I didn't know that before. But my mind hasn't changed about him at all, period. Because even when I looked up to him, I saw him as a bad guy. That's why I looked up to him, because I was a bad guy. Okay, so that's one thing. You know, changing my mind about the mob in general. With James, it's a little bit different because this was a point by point thing he wrote. Okay, it was like a fucking book report on John Gotti. And it was every reason John Gotti was just a terrible boss and gangster in general. Okay. So I don't see anybody being able to change their mind about that. And I'll tell you why. Like I said, I grew up a little bit. That's why I changed my mind about all this shit. James, on the other hand, there's nothing that could have changed his mind or heart about John Gotti. Like, James was obviously very educated about John Gotti when he wrote that 2 years ago. Okay. There's no new John Gotti revelations, or there's no new history being made with John Gotti. John Gotti hasn't come back from the dead and started to do a whole bunch of new shit that we can now talk about like it's never been talked about before. You see what I'm saying? This is why I'm saying it's different. If that was your opinion of him as a boss, that's your opinion of him now. But you're not saying it because you don't want to offend Angel. Instead, you're making tribute videos about him. You know what I mean? You can't compare the two things. You know, people try to say, look at you. You had somebody already said you had a John Gotti poster on your wall. Has nothing to do with anything. That's whataboutism. You know what I mean? We're talking about James, or what about you? Well, fuck off. You know what I mean? I already explained my situation a million fucking times. So that's why I put it up. Because when I see people fronting, and I'm going to tell you the truth. I like James. I do. He probably doesn't like me much anymore, but I do. I like the guy. I think he's yes, A&R tomorrow at 1 p.m. Addiction and Recovery. I think he's a good guy and a gentleman and stuff. I also think he's very easily influenced. No offense, James, don't take this the wrong way, but one example being that that channel was supposed to become James's channel that Lee had nothing to do with. But Lee absolutely has everything to do with that channel. He might not be on it much, but he does. And Lee influences James. I've seen it happening with my own eyes for quite some time now. So even if James wanted to come on here and say how he really felt about John Gotti, he can't, because Lee is telling him 24 hours a day, no, it'll piss off Angel. We got to make Angel happy. Angel. You know what I mean? So that's why I put that up, because I don't like letting people get away with that shit. You know what I mean? So if you want, do you guys want me to go over it? Let me know. I'll read some comments. I could read it to you. What he said about. Okay, hold on. What's this?
That cooperated in the past. He had, I think Jimmy O was the first guy. Jimmy was.
Okay, that's just a clip of my show. Oh, okay, somebody sent me something. I can't read it. It's too blurry. But it says, here Proctor is praising Sammy, saying he loves his content and he is an honest guy. This is some other thing James wrote. Okay, so you know what I mean? So you get my point. You know what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? It's one thing to change your mind about the mob or mob guys in general. It's another thing to write about exactly how you feel about John Gotti as a boss. And then 2 years later, you forgot all that. And now you feel like he was the greatest thing since sliced fucking bread or whatever. It's just odd. How does that happen? Because like I said, no new history has been made. So what would change your mind? If you thought John Gotti was a terrible boss, what would change your mind? Do you still think he's a terrible boss? I'm just curious. Let me see here. I get it, but it's not like she was on the streets. She's just a pathetic stepchild. God, Jesus. There you go, Miss Can't Be Wrong's info if you want to show her some love. And thank you again, Nico. See, you're the man, bro. All right, let me get down here. Michael Hensley, we love you too. Oh, yeah, of course. Your brain changes. I'm sure my brain is still fucking changing. It's after all that abuse, no matter what, if you're in recovery, you're going to start to realize that you don't think the same way as you did. Obviously, it's a huge part of recovery. It's when you get away from everything. You get away from the streets. You recover from your addiction. You change as a person. It's the way it works. At least you should. If not, there's something wrong. John DeLong, good evening. FBS and friends just got off work. All right, bro. Thank you for being here, John. Mr. Rogers said he didn't approve of the things Gotti did. Yeah, and he was very, very detailed. It's bullet points. Oh, wait. Hold on. I don't know if I should read that, bro. Should I? Let me know if you want me to read it. I'll read it. It's funny, though. I can't talk. I didn't go nowhere, so. Which I agree with. Wait a minute. What's your earlier comment? I don't know. I'll have to start from that one. Which I agree with. Senior was terrible from a managerial point of view, unable to globalize, but perfect to put out to take the heat off Zips, Cherry Hill. Good points. Very good. Alex Majak's Gigante was walking around with a bathrobe, pissing his pants during court hearings and acting crazy while John Gotti was on TV, acting like a movie star. No wonder why he tried to kill him. Oh, my God. Yeah. Chin wanted him dead. What's up, Anonymous Legion? How you doing, bro? You think James is just dreamy? Admit it. You would think. I mean, it certainly seems that way. Why would someone... Wait a minute, did I read that right? I think if you mean about Angel, like, I'm not sure. In case I read that wrong, I hope I didn't. Hope there was nothing gay about that. Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah, there was something gay about it. You're telling me you think James is just dreamy. Admitted. Fuck off, Anonymous Legion. I read that totally wrong. I took it like you were saying like Angel thought that or some shit. You made me say gay shit. Son of a bitch, Anonymous Legion. Why would someone mold their channel in an attempt to appease someone else unless big bucks are involved? Well, that's MobTube. You know what I mean? And Angel, is seen as royalty here. Not by the majority, by the minority, by a very small minority. And because of that, people like this kiss her ass. You know what I mean? It's the fascination with John Gotti that does it. Like, even, I'm going to tell you the truth. The first time I talked to Angel, I thought it was awesome. I'm like, this is John Gotti's daughter. But it wore off pretty quickly. Next time, it was just like, okay, it's Angel. Some of these people, every time they talk to her, it's like, they get a phone call from her and their palms start sweating and their dick gets hard. It's like, whoa, big guy, slow down. You know what I mean? 65. So... Joe Root, member for 18 months. Thanks to whoever gave me the membership. Well, it was Tom Sheehy gave 5 earlier yesterday. Antonino Leon and Anonymous Legion gave out about 25. So I'm not sure, Joe Root, but I'm glad you got one. Where's your cousin Vinny? Oh, bro, that's awesome. Congratulations, bro. 2 weeks. That's fucking fantastic. I worry about you when I don't see you for a few days. Read what Mr. Rogers said about how you don't approve of Gotti. Okay, I'm gonna hang on 1 second. Yeah, Bob, that's what I think. Yeah. And oh my God, Lee, not to mention Lee. Lee has done 87,000 shows about how he fucking hates John Gotti, and John Gotti was the worst this and the worst that and everything else. And I've seen him go back and forth. Back when he's friends with Angel, John Gotti is the fucking greatest thing ever. When he don't like Angel, John Gotti was a piece of shit murderer and all this other crazy stuff. I don't respect that. I do not fucking respect that, no matter who is doing it. I don't. Be who you are, admit how you feel, and stick to it. You know what I mean? If you change your mind about something, that's one thing. But if it's clear to see that you're not really changing your mind, you're just doing it to appease somebody else or to attack somebody else, it's bullshit. The walrus is sick. His plants are being exposed. Well, I'm not trashing the guy or nothing. I'm just, I am. You're right in a way, Eric, because that's what I do here. And, I see this shit happening. And this James thing, the same thing. I would have never put that stuff up. I found that shit a long time ago, like I said, but I heard he did a tribute video for John Gotti yesterday. It's like, okay, come on, man. And now you're just, listen, man, I fucking can't stand Angel, in case you guys haven't noticed. But what really fucking irritates me is people who do this shit, who go out of their way to kiss her ass and make her proud of them and do things that are out of character and everything else just to impress her. People could say whatever the fuck they want about me. When me and Angel were friends, I constantly did shit that bothered her and I didn't care because I wasn't trying to bother her, but I was going to say what I was going to say no matter what. And one time I even, completely parted ways with her because Jimmy Calander was in the chat. I guess he said something about her brother once. So she basically tells me, I'm not coming back in the chat until you take Jimmy's wrench. And I said, fuck off. I'm never taking his wrench. So I never did this with Angel. I never kissed her ass. I used to think she was a sweetheart and an awesome person while we were friends. And I didn't see that other side of her. But, I will not go out of my way to impress anyone or try to make anyone like me. I never did in my life, and I never will now. Never, ever, ever, ever. So, let me see. I'm willing to give James the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps he learned more, but yes, I'm a bit more biased now. Yeah, well. What more could he have learned? Jesse, I'm going to read this thing, and I'm sure you already read it. I mean, he's so well educated on it when he wrote this thing that there's nothing he could have learned that could have changed his mind. Nothing. Not a thing. I don't get it. People want to be friends with Angel because she came out of the royal balls of John Gotti. Yeah, exactly. To FBS's benefit, James is the better option to have a man crush on compared to the others. Yeah, fucking Anonymous Legion. Because I don't pay attention. I'm too broke to pay attention. Even to pay that. So I read it fast. I thought he meant something else. You think James is dreamy? And I forgot how I answered, but it wasn't good. It was very gay. Like I said before, if you want to know what day was laundry day at the Gotti house or whether John preferred boxers or briefs, I'd ask Angel. She knew nothing about his street life. No. Of course not. Chicago Muscle FBS. Well, she heard things in the neighborhood and stuff, but like, a first person perspective, like, like John Jr. No. FBS, please watch the show tonight. I have something to say to you and Mustache Pete from the heart. I want you. You're Italian. I don't know what I bought. He just meant I want you of any Italian men. I think he's trying to say he wants to. Okay, that's awesome because me and Muscle had a long conversation last night, so that's good to hear. Chicago, I will be watching at 8:00. Right. All Italians must go.
Legal AF if Donald Trump
What the fuck, man?
One of his first.
Oh God, fucking mighty! I can't even. It just goes on out of nowhere. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. All Italian people go to Chicago's channel at 8:00. Chris Capello, member for 16 months. Thank you for being a member for so long, Chris. I appreciate you, brother. Did she have the camera on when you spoke with her? No. Eric, some clown banned you from my show, and I found you on the ban list and lifted it. FYI, come get a wrench so it can't happen again. Oh, there you go, Eric. Muscle keep on rocking in the free world. I'm assuming that's a reference to a song. Oh, okay, thank you for sending me the link to Chicago's show. I was like, why did she just send something to me with MRE's picture on it? But now I got it. I don't know. No freaking ZD now, but I'm not going to, like I said, the last few days I'm speaking my mind, but it's not a full blown attack on Angel. I'm not going to go there and shit. You know what I mean? Unless, she starts talking crazy, but I don't know. Who knows? I went nuts the other day because, again, and she'll say she did nothing wrong, of course. But if you're defending Angela and still to this day saying she did not say shit about my wife, I am fucking done. I'm done. I've had it. It's just too much. It's too much now. It's adding insult to injury every time she does it. Seriously. Jeffrey Brez, I don't know. There's a lot of controversy there. I guess you weren't around back then, but Angel was born with a different man's last name. a man that she was that her mother was married to before John Gotti, and she was the only one of the children that might have possibly been born to this other man. She had his last name. She was born Angela Rickard, not Angela Gotti. I did a show and I showed every single bit of evidence you could possibly show to prove something like that. But I don't know. Angel says that I guess John Gotti and her mother had an affair while she was married to this guy. So who knows? I'm not going to get into that today. I don't want to get fucking vicious. Does anyone besides her know the truth? Well, what about that? Well, obviously, her parents would. One of them's gone, but I wonder if Senior came home to a chicken pot pie too. I'd be away business for weeks too. Yeah. You don't want that shit when you get home. John wasn't having it. Your cousin Vinny, $9.99. I've been working my ass off. Last night I signed in right before I went to AA. Funny thing is, I thought I haven't been around. People would think I fell off the wagon. Oh, if you haven't been around, yeah. People would think you fell off the wagon. No, it's all good, man. I have faith in you, bro. Thank you for the $9.99. Thank you very, very, very much. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. All right, guys, here I am. Let's see. Chicago muscle, you racist bastard. The fuck? Zimbabwe's finest. Is MRE the father? Oh, I'm not. See, I won't get into stuff like that. Listen, I there's no way I can know, but I don't believe it. No, I don't believe it. I think highly enough of Victoria that I don't think she would ever. You know what I mean? I mean, she has eyes. Like, I know they had this phone relationship, but when he showed up, I'm sure it was not. I'm sure he was not very appealing to her. I would think. I don't know. I can't put words in her mouth or thoughts in her mind, but that's what I would say. She denied it again yesterday. Oh my God. This is what I mean. Should I go nuts again? What should I do? I feel like going on her show tonight and just asking her people. Oh, and just asking her people want to know. She'll go ape shit. She'll say, this is what she'll say if you go on her show and do that. Watch. You ready?
Fuck you.
You want to hear it on repeat?
Fuck you. 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 Fuck you.
Just like that, over and over and
Fuck
over.
you.
Over and over. And she'll kick you off and say, "You punk." I don't even know what to say at this point. She denied it again yesterday. I mean, what should I do? What should I do? Should I get vicious? Should I really get vicious now? I'm trying to be as respectful as I can right now. I won't even get into whether or not she's his fucking daughter. And I won't talk about the Victoria MRE situation, and she still won't stop. What should I do? Should I go insane right now, guys? Now that you told me that she denied it again yesterday, what should I do? I'm at a crossroads here. I seriously am. Hey, no man, especially an alpha male, gonna let their actual child have another man's last name. I'm just saying. No. Well, yeah, I don't believe John would ever allow that, especially him. Alex, listen, when I get the DNA results back, I'll let you know. I don't know. I have no idea. Only a DNA test would give us a definite answer. I don't know. You punk. Would it be worth the cost of some of your piece right now at the moment? Listen, I'll tell you the truth. I don't give a fuck what her and her friends do anymore. I don't. My job will be to respond to whatever they do, and it's not going to be pretty. But again, you're telling me again, even after as nuts as I went the last few days, you're telling me again. She's saying Angela didn't say anything about my wife. You're still talking about my wife, right? Oh God, I'm fucking mighty. What do I do? I could feel the blood just rushing to my head. I want to fucking snap. I want to snap. Fucking bitch. Is that right? Of course. Angela repeats saying "FU is going to be my horn on my car." Fuck that. People get out of your way though, just to make you stop. You see something? I gotta read that later. You need my father's button, FBS. Let's be real. There's no shot Victoria touched MRE, all jokes aside. Yeah, I don't think. But what do I know? I know that they said something like he kisses like a fish. So I will say that. Like the other night I heard her say they never touched. They obviously did. You know what I mean? But I don't know that they did all that. John says, time to get vicious. It's the only way. Fuck, man. John, I'm trying so hard not to get vicious, but I guess I'm going to have no choice, right? Well, is she going to say it tonight? Angel, you want to come on tonight too and do the same thing to piss me off? It's up to you. This is a person who constantly says she doesn't want to fight with me. Denied it again last night. You're such a fucking idiot. Like everybody knows. Everybody knows. It's like Tony Pizza when he makes up one of his lies and everybody knows he's lying, but he keeps lying. You're the same person, Angel. You seriously are. Everybody knows what your pig, cunt, fucking slob friend Angela did. Everybody does. Not saying it doesn't need to be done, but like you said, at the right time, it's up to you to decide if that time is now. I'll just tell you this. The bitch is lucky I got so much shit going on in my fucking life right now, honestly. But one more time, just let me know. The next time she says Angela didn't say anything about my wife, just let me know, and then it's time to get vicious. Then her whole family is on deck, and I don't give a fuck no more. You know what I mean? And you can say whatever you want about my family, Angel, because you said it all before. And apparently you won't stop saying it. So just let me know, guys. I'll give it one more time. She says it, that Angela did not insult my wife and say horrible things about her. And the next show will be a slaughter fucking house. I don't want to do it. I'm trying not to, but she won't listen. Alex Maychecks. If you snap, they don't fight fair. You got to remember that. Oh, I won't be fighting fair either. Don't worry. And all of them put together are no match for me. Let me go down. Let me see. I wasn't even on yesterday. So am I getting bad information? Does anybody know? Did she say this again yesterday? She wasn't on. I mean, so what's this guy? I guess I'm being lied to. If she wasn't on, she couldn't have, unless she was on somebody else's show. All right. Well, who told me that? Who said it? Here's why I don't go berserk right away. I say screw it, liars lie. Yeah, well, I've definitely come to that conclusion myself. I don't even know. Is that even Angel? I don't even know if that's Angel. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to the fucking James thing because this threw me all off again. I was fucking focused. We got in this conversation about this fucking woman. Sam the man, I hear you. All right. Fucking Uranus. Thanks for making me laugh. It was her last fucking show. Okay, so it hasn't been said again, is what you're telling me. All right. Well, anyway, the Parasite Slayer show. So she said it on that show, and I think the day before on Mark's show. All right, let me get to this now. Because now if I don't do it, I'm going to feel like I blew the whole fucking show, because that was the point of this, was to talk about James's thing. And I'm just getting pissed off now anyway, and I don't feel like being pissed off. I'll still laugh about it, though. Don't forget. Won't be pissed off for long. All right. So 2 years ago, James Proctor on Quora, I don't know what that is, but it's something. He was answering a question, something like, was John Gotti a good boss? This is what he said, okay? John Gotti was a horrible Don. The Gambino family and pretty much all of the American mafia turned to crap in the mid-'80s. A few points. John Gotti was the leader of a criminal enterprise and was not a celebrity. La Cosa Nostra is done in the shadows, as it is a secret society. He believed the hype and naively thought he could continue to operate in the open and just pay off juries. His arrogance and flashiness was a detriment to the family. Look at Carlo Gambino or Vincent Giganti of the Genovese family. They were not bringing attention to themselves when they were Dons. In my opinion, the flashiness of Gotti and the autobiography of Joseph Bonanno were two of the worst things to happen for the American mafia. It's amazing he didn't mention cooperators, because those are the guys that were the worst thing that happened to the American mafia. No question. Gotti made some huge tactical blunders. This is number 2, by the way. Gotti made some huge tactical blunders. Having Angelo Ruggiero as a high-ranking capo was bad because he could not keep his mouth shut. In addition, Ruggiero brought heat due to being involved in the drug business, which should have been a death sentence. Obviously, Gotti shunned Angelo at the end, but it was because of him being caught on tape running his mouth. Having all of the captains come to the Ravenite Club weekly was a bad decision. The FBI was easily able to find out what was going on. In addition, Gotti got too comfortable using the apartment above the Ravenite and was finally caught on tape talking about lots of incriminating things. Gotti was feared more because he had people like Sammy the Bull as his enforcer, while Don, but none of the old timers. Punctuation, James. Come on, buddy. Let me start over. Gotti was feared more because he had people like Sammy the Bull as his enforcer while Don. But none of the old timers really respected Gotti when he was. Then he fucked this all up when he was got out in the open. When he was out in the open with Cosa Nostra and the $3,000 suits. Number 3. Gotti had a weakness for gambling and not paying back debts. A good Don knows that gambling is for suckers, just like a drug dealer knows that using product is for suckers. Number 4, strategic thinking was a problem too. He saw Cosa Nostra as his kingdom instead of being a criminal organization. Instead of meritocracy, he instilled nepotism. His son Junior has no business being the Don. Same with his brother Peter. I understand that the Colombos did the same thing with Persico, but it does not make it right. Number 5. Besides the flaws of Gotti, well, I'll just go to this one because that one gets cut off. Besides the flaws of Gotti, the biggest problem for the American mafia was the federal government. The federal government became more feared than the mafia. RICO is just the main reason that the American mafia declined. You had the FBI director, J. Edgar Hoover, stating there was no such thing as the mob until Appalachian in 1957. When RICO came into law in 1970, the U.S. attorneys did not know how to use it to defeat the mafia. It took until the mid-'80s before the U.S. government knew how to maximize RICO to put these guys in for life. In the old days, a person got pinched and he would have been out in a couple of years and maybe even 5 to 7 years. Now with RICO, people were being sentenced to 50 to 100 years and even life. This made it easier for associates and made men to turn. The mafia had been romanticized, but the truth was that it was ugly and that the code of honor deteriorated. Omerta, that's how he spelled it, Omarta, became a joke. So that's what James had to say about John Gotti 2 years ago. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not attacking the guy. I'm just pointing out some weirdness, you know? Stephen Cordell, $10 for Match. Thank you very much, Stephen Cordell. And as you guys know, Stephen is one of the biggest sponsors of this show. So when he says match, it's incumbent upon you to match. You understand? That's how the rules work. That's how the game is played. I don't make the rules. You know what I'm saying? I just abide by them. Chris Capella, did I shout you out for the 16 months? Thank you, brother. Your cousin Vinny, that one I read. Yeah. So I probably did shout out Capello. I don't know. Okay. Let me get back here. If anybody would like to donate, please do. I know people see that Nico Sia gave me a big donation and they say he's good for this show, but I'm never good. I'm broke. I told you I'm so broke I can't even pay attention. Fuck me. I'm so tired of this fucking angel subject. I swear to fucking God. I am so fucking tired of this. Oh my God. If there was a way I could go without ever talking about this woman again in my life, I would. It's just that she does things that make me talk about her. You know what I mean? Like she like the denial of the Angela thing and the support of MRE, no matter what information is discovered about him, and just so much. I don't know what to do. How does this go away? How do I make it so that I never met Angel Gotti? Is there a time machine I can go back? I could take back into, the past and redo it all. So I never met Angel. Never fought with Angel. I have no association with Angel. Never even heard of Angel. How could that become a reality for me? Oh my God. I'm done with all of them. I've got real people in my life I care about. Yeah, that's how you got to see it. Those are the people that matter. If Angel came on every night and just talked about her dad, she would have a good following. Well, yeah, I used to always say that. Angel could have a channel with 50,000 subscribers. She just chooses not to. I don't know why. She wants to fight with people. Just talk about what it was like being Angel Gotti. You know what I mean? The woman met Carlo Gambino, for fuck's sake. I mean, tell these stories, but It's not what she chooses to do. Whatever. I'll tell you this shit. If I had some fascinating story like that, I wouldn't fight with no fucking buddy. I would just make money off my story. But to each his own, I guess. The day before with the Mark dude. I guess it was the day before. I guess it was the Parasite Slayer show and the day before with the Mark guy. I don't know why, Angel. I don't understand why it has to continue being a subject, the topic of conversation. When is it going to stop? When is it going to be that you don't mention my wife ever again? Even refer to her in any way, shape, or form. I don't talk about your daughter. I don't talk about. The only person I talk about in your family, the only people are famous mobsters who I'm talking about them because of them being mobsters, not because they're related to you. When is it going to stop that you just say, you know what? I don't want to talk about it. Forget it. Whatever Angela did, it's in the past. Even if you want to say whatever she did or didn't do, it's in the past. And that's it. I've asked her politely. You have no idea. So many fucking times. Because the last thing I want to do is have a big fucking war, but it seems like it never fucking ends. It seems like it never ends. So fucking aggravating, I swear to God. 100%. Angel said that 2 days ago. I believe I listened. Well, I think I knew about that one. I don't even know anymore. It seems like it happens every show. Uranus, your trip. It's all about Uranus, huh? My grandma made a killer Italian chicken pot pie with roasted peppers, green peppers, and some Italian sausages too. Listen, I don't give a fuck if it has green peppers, red peppers, and Italian sausage. First of all, that couldn't be a chicken pot pie. That would have to be a sausage pot pie. Secondly, there is no such thing as an Italian chicken pot pie, and please never say that again. Your cousin Vinny, fuck out of here. Italian chicken pot pie, how dare you? Maz, that Marla never said anything bad about Mrs. FBS's wife. She didn't? No, Sam the man. I think you haven't been around that long. She didn't? I could play you a clip of her saying, I have no respect for Shanna as a mother, amongst many, many other things. They all have. I mean, they all have. Frankie DeChico getting killed was a huge loss. Maybe Sammy the Bull never happened if you think about it. Oh yeah, no, yeah. I don't know if he would have never become, a cooperator in any way, but I think a lot of things might have been different. And it wouldn't have ended the way it did, of course. I wonder if Frankie DeChico survived, if they would have ever did what they said they were going to do, if John got too out of control. You know what I mean? I wonder if they would have actually done that, if they would have killed John Gotti. Probably not. But if Frankie DeChico didn't get killed, he would have been John Gotti's underboss. Maybe Sammy wouldn't have even gotten busted in that whole thing. Then again, it was John talking about Sammy. So who knows? I don't know. It was that tape, John talking about Sammy. So I guess he would have anyway. He's still a hitman, whatever. Still would have been at least a captain or something. Well, yeah, but the RICO Act originally wasn't created for the mob, and they didn't figure out how to use it. It was either 1978 or 1982. It might have been 82. Wasn't it Giuliani that finally figured out how to use the RICO Act to put mob bosses and shit away for life? I believe so. It's what led to the commission case. Everyone says Gotti always paid his debts. Proctor is wrong about that. I have never heard ever that John Gotti didn't pay his debts. I've heard that about Peter Gotti, his son, from people who know Peter, and I've heard that about Joey Merlino. I have never heard that about John Gotti. Never. Even in the movie. Remember that scene? what does he say? Like the bookie wins, he has to pay. The loser pays. No, if the bookie loses, he has to pay. If the whatever, you know whatever he said. I don't know. I can't remember the lines now, but you know what I'm saying. In other words, whether you lose or win, you got to pay. That was John Gotti's thing, I believe. He tells drug dealers and mob bosses how to operate. Yeah. It's very weird, right? So this is why you don't go all over the internet posting your opinions everywhere. It will bite you in the ass. Well, remember when they found Lee's, all that racist shit that Lee posted, calling black women and stuff some horrible fucking names. And yeah, somehow that just, it's amazing. Like Lee got caught being a full-blown racist, talking horrible things about black women and black men. And it lasted like a day. If could you fucking imagine if they found something that I said in the past and it was anything like that, which they never would, it wouldn't even make sense. I mean, for Christ's fucking sake, I think you guys have seen enough to come to the conclusion that me being racist is pretty much an impossibility. But even if it wasn't that specifically something that controversial, they would have never stopped making shows about it. Never. 10 years from now, they'd be making shows about it. Nobody cares about Lee, though. Damn, these rules were created by Ali Shabar and may be dated, FBS. Wow. Whoever you are, Uranus, you've been around for a while. You know about Ali Shabar. Yeah, that's fucking going back. Damn near 2.5 years. Not 2.5 years. What shit? That whole super chat war fiasco went on or disaster, I should say, not fiasco. Disaster went on like it was like December 16th or something like that of 2021 when that happened. It was right around Christmas. And it went on for a while. Fucking Ali. Prick. Oh, Antonino, I don't know if I shouted this out. $10 for matched. Thank you very much, Antonino. I might have already shouted that out. I'm not sure. Hold on. I got a message. I got to listen to something. Hold on, guys. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm broke too, doggy. A lot of people are. So did Gotti come back and correct Mr. Rogers' opinion? How does he feel so different now? I don't know. I really don't know. At least nobody broke Uranus FBS. I could tell you're going to be a character in here. This is the guy with Lee Proctor guy FBS is talking about. Oh, yeah, the Proctor guy, yeah. I heard Angel had a little skirmish with a couple of Puerto Rican Nazis while serving pot pie. It's okay, though, because a couple of wise guys took care of it for her. Fucking Angelo. Don't even get me started on that shit. Every fucking night, somehow my little YouTube feed thing, I see a fucking Joe video, the truth serum. It's like, oh, God. I want to play the clip where he fell down the fucking, when he purposely fell. It was the most ridiculous thing I ever saw. It's the most ridiculous thing I ever saw. When he purposely fell down the hill. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Angels should tell stories about all the times that pizza saved her life from assassination attempts carried out by the Dark Brotherhood and Sith Order, LOL. Is Angel a Viper patch member? Wait, that Jane Creek one, I kind of glossed over. The Angel still sorry about the pizza saved her life from the assassination. Oh, yeah, of course. Well, pizza was the bodyguard. I don't know about all that other shit you're saying, Dark Brotherhood and Sith Order, but I know that, he was their bodyguard. Is Angel a Viper patch member? No, she's the leader. Italian version. There you go. I guess that's more acceptable if it's got the sausage and the peppers and shit in it. Let's see. Growing up in New York, all the cultures shared all their food. That's why my grandmother used to make matzo ball soup all the time too, and the Jewish women would make gravy. Oh, you didn't just call it gravy, did you? You filthy animal. How dare you? No, Giuliani copied what they did in Cleveland. Oh, did he? So was it 78 the first time they used the RICO? I just don't remember. Was it with Jack Licavoli and those guys? The Cleveland family? Oh my God. It's the greatest karma ever. It's the greatest karma ever. He turned out to be a worse criminal than anybody ever prosecuted, Giuliani. Made himself into a complete and total circus clown. And now, he's facing a RICO case. He's fucked. Yeah, that's how it is. And nobody's being mistreated. Nobody's being persecuted. If you commit crimes, you're a criminal. You get prosecuted. That's how it works. I've never heard of John Gotti not paying his debts either. Allegedly, Joe Messino killed some guy to not have to pay him back. Joe Messino killed some guy to not have to pay him back. That I don't remember that story. The commission case was before Gotti. Yeah, of course. Well, it was before Gotti was boss. Yeah. No, I know. Did I say something that I don't understand? I never said anything about Gotti being on the commission. I don't understand where these things are coming from. I talked about the RICO case being used, or the RICO statute being used for the commission case. But no, of course I know. I don't know. I'm not sure why you guys are saying that. Maybe there's some comment in the chat I missed. Oh, well, yeah, of course everyone knew about the mob long before the commission case. The commission case was fucking 1985. Being beat up like a midget. I remember that tape. FBS, that truth serum keeps saying he was shaken down over milk and bread money and swears there's no mob. Guys, that dude is hysterical. Yeah, he's a weird guy, man. Justice feels like persecution for people invested in fraud. Yes. Yes, it does. Yep, absolutely. All right, listen, guys, I'm going to get going. I want to thank you for everything. Appreciate you being here. Everybody who donated, thank you. And Nicosia Connection, thank you, sir. You're the man, bro. I really appreciate that. I do. Made my night. I'm going to get going. This fucking shit irritates the fuck out of me. But like I said, once I shut this computer, I'm good. So I got to go, guys. I appreciate you all being here. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, most likely. I don't see any reason why not. I love you all. And until next time, salute.